On this week's show, Beauty and the Beast fall in love, Sir Kill-a-Lot kills a lot, and the dragon is unleashed. Well, almost. Hello and welcome to the Fantasy News Show from the Bottled Imp. My name is Ken Boyter and this is your weekly fix of fantasy goodness. First up, Dungeons & Dragons are moving into the digital age. Wizards of the Coast have announced that they are launching their official digital tool set called D&D Beyond. And this is a game management tool and it has the official rules companion. It's a character building tool set as well, and also you'll have your character sheet in there so you can update that regularly. And from the looks of it, it's designed to make it a lot easier for players to look up the rules and actually update their characters whilst they're playing the game. Wizards of the Coast have partnered with Curse Studios, and they are a media company that are owned by Twitch that actually builds gaming management tools for a range of platforms. And there's already been a plethora of digital programs that do this kind of thing, the homebrew tool sets, and it looks like D&D Beyond is an answer to that. This one though is designed to aid the players, as I say, while they're actually all gathering around and playing, so they don't want it to be like a solo thing here. This is all meant to be in-game play. And I'm sure this is going to prove very, very popular with players worldwide. I think, though, I'm still a bit of a traditionalist, so I'll probably be using a pencil and paper, or probably a quill, actually. A bit of quill, dip that in and update my character sheet. But you can sign up if you want for the beta app right now. I actually have signed up because I'm curious to know how well this is going to play out. And as I say, if you want to sign up for that, you can go to their website, which is dndbeyond.com, and we will put all the links in the description. It is due out at some point this summer, but as I say, if you can't wait, go sign up for the beta. Elder Scrolls Online I knew I was going to get that wrong. Morrowind is due out on the 6th of June. Bethesda, I was going to get that wrong as well. I always say it off camera correctly. Bethesda. I had this problem last time. Anyway, their massively popular online fantasy multiplayer game sees Morrowind as the latest chapter. They have posted a near 2-minute trailer, and whilst that doesn't actually reveal too much about the storyline, it does actually explain why Morrowind is in peril again from evil forces. And Bethesda, yes, I think that's how you pronounce it, they said that Cataclysm... What is it today? What have we been drinking? Julian, what have we been drinking?
Heroin.
Heroin? Can you drink that? I don't know. Anyway, I do, yeah. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Anyway, cataclysmic events have been set in motion, and it will be up to you and your allies to stop them. Your race to unravel the mystery of the demigod Vivitek's waning power and to save people of Venomfell, if that's how you pronounce it, will take you to the port town of Sednenin. I'm so sorry. To the cantons of Vivek City and beyond. Now, if you understood all of that, well done. The trailer does look amazing. It looks absolutely gorgeous. All the texture, all the lighting, that just what they can do now. I know I'm sounding old, but what they can do now visually is amazing. And just the way they get, the realistic human features, well, and all features, obviously, the movement in the muscles in the face does look stunning. The storyline, from the little hints you get, does look amazing. And there's going to be 4 different editions of Morrowind. They're going to be available on the launch of the 6th of June. That's the standard edition, the upgrade edition, the digital collector's edition, and the physical collector's edition as well. It's going to be available on PC, Mac, PS4, and also Xbox One. And you can watch their trailer, and you can find out more by visiting, get ready for this, elderscrollsonline.com/en-gb/Morrowind. Or I guess if you just go to elderscrollsonline.com and search for it there. The long-awaited Disney live-action Beauty and the Beast film is out this Friday. It stars Emma Watson as Beauty and Dan Stevens as the Beast, with Bill Condon directing. I have to be careful how I pronounce that one. For those of you that don't know, the fairy tale of Beauty and the Beast was rewritten, because it came out before this version, as in what I'm just about to tell you now. Anyway, it was rewritten by Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont, and that was back in 1756, but she had already rewritten it. She'd edited a bit of it and made the story flow a little bit better. And it follows the story of Belle, a young woman who is taken prisoner by a beast in his castle in exchange for her father, the freedom of her father, Maurice. Now, from what I can tell from the trailers that I've been watching, it does have the same look and the feel and the atmosphere of the Disney classic animated version that came out in 1991. So I personally feel that's a good thing, because that animation is, as far as I'm concerned, it is a Disney classic. Really love the way they did the animation. This looks stunning. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. And if you've not seen the trailers already, you can check them out by visiting movies.disney.co.uk/beauty-the-beast-2017. The new series of Robot Wars has crashed its way back onto our small screens. Yes, now in its 8th series, or 2nd series after the reboot. The first 2 episodes have already gone out, and they saw the favourite house robots back in action. Dead Metal, Matilda Shunt, and obviously the audience favourite, Sir Kill-A-Lot. Plus returning are the presenters Dara O'Brien and Angela Scallon. Sorry about that one. The legendary football commentator Jonathan Pearce is also back with the battle commentaries. And for those of you that haven't seen or heard of Robot Wars, basically if you like the idea of homebrew remote control robots smashing each other to bits, then this is the show for you. In the UK, the series is on BBC Two at 7 PM on Sundays, and directly after is Top Gear. So it's a classic double bill there. And you can also catch it on the BBC iPlayer as well. You can find out all the details of the show by visiting the programme section of the BBC website, which is bbc.co.uk. Book 1 of Gods of Blood and Power, epic fantasy series by Brain McClellan, is out now. Sins of Empire is the first book, and it's set in the same world as the popular Powder Mage trilogy. The story follows a young nation of Fastastria, I know I've got that wrong, which is a turbulent place, a frontier destination for criminals, fortune hunters, brave settlers and sorcerers who are seeking relics of the past. Sounds a great place to be, actually. Only the iron will of the Lady Chancellor and her secret police holds the capital city of Landfall together against the unrest and suppression of the population and the machinations of powerful empires. The insurrection that threatens Landfall must be purged with wile and force, a task which befalls on the shoulders of a spy named Michael Bravis, convicted war hero Ben Stike, and Lady Flora Flint, a mercenary general with a past as turbulent as Landfall's present. As I say, it's already out, and it's published by Orbit, and you can find out more if you visit brianmcclellan.com. Nomad Games have announced the next expansion for Talisman Digital Edition, and it is, wait for it, I don't know why I'm building it up, to be honest. It's the Dragon. Yes. For those of you that have played the board game version of the Dragon, they will know that this expansion, well, we found it very, very brutal. It certainly does shake things up on the Talisman board. And that's all the details we have of it, though. They haven't said much more, apart from that it's going to be out in the next few months. To find out more about Talisman Digital Edition, you can visit nomadgames.co.uk. Kickstarter news, You Are the Hero, Part 2, is a supplement book to 2014's You Are a Hero book, celebrating 30 years of the fighting fantasy book series created by Ian Livingstone and Steve Jackson. Back in 1982, fighting fantasy author Jonathan Green successfully kickstarted a history of the gaming books with his You Are the Hero hardback book. This time round, though, he's creating a companion book to go with that one, with more interviews with the artists and fellow Fighting Fantasy authors that he hadn't managed to interview back when he did the 2014 book. Part 2 will also have further developments in the worlds of Fighting Fantasy, Advanced Fighting Fantasy, and Steve Jackson's Sorcery. They include also some more news about the first FF comic, Ian Livingstone's Freeway Fighter, which I've not read yet, and the forthcoming FF graphic novel, Steve Jackson's The Toll Tooth Wars, which does look fascinating. Plus, for those of you, for those of you who don't know, the Fighting Fantasy gaming series they came out in 1982. I absolutely adored them. I loved them. Basically, what you do is you decide how the story unfolds. So you get a choice of how the story can develop by picking the page number when you get a decision. Plus, you can chuck dice and fight creatures and monsters. What's not to love? These books have a big influence on me. They kind of got me back into reading, or I should say reading regularly, because of the fantasy theme and the fact that it was a game as well, and the beautiful illustrations. I absolutely adored those as well. This book does look amazing, so obviously if you have played these games, you might have a soft spot for it. I have actually backed this campaign because I just couldn't resist. You also get the chance to get the original You Are the Hero book as well, so obviously if you want to read that one, you can. And it's already funded, yes, and it finishes on the 1st of April. Grimm Slingers, the Northern Territory, is a strategic sci-fi fantasy western themed card dueling game for 2 to 6 players from Greenbrier Games. The core game, Grimslingers, features 2 different play modes, versus and co-op. In versus, players will go head-to-head in teams, or free-for-all, using a wide selection of spells, items and abilities. The expansion to this, which is the Northern Territory, refines all aspects of the rules, such as improving gameplay and also strategic choices that in the player versus player, along with lots of new solo and co-op content. The story picks up where the Valley of Death campaign left off, as players are sent back to the valley to investigate the aftermath of the core game, which ultimately leads players to a new adventure across the Northern Territory and deep underground. This game does look beautiful, but I will say, just in general anyway, when you try to back Kickstarter games, make sure that the mechanics are for you. Read the rules. If they've got any how to play game videos, watch those. Make sure that you are going to actually enjoy the game before you back it. They've got lots of pledge levels, as you can imagine, and stretch goals. It's already doubled its target, and it finishes on the 7th of April. Long Live the Queen is a tactical game for 2 players caught in a dangerous struggle for power and prestige. Originally published in Japan, a very small print run, Long Live the Queen is a tug-of-war game where you must constantly outmaneuver your opponent with bold, tactical moves within an expected playing time of about 30 minutes. Ludi Creations have unearthed this game and they would like to bring it to a wider audience. They've got 2 types, 2 different design styles, I guess. Classic and Diesel Punk. And it does look a beautiful game. I'm not sure how the game plays. I didn't actually look at precisely how it plays, but it does look a lot of fun from what I gather and what I've read from it. There are various gameplay videos there. I just didn't get time to look at those. Anyway, but what they do also have is you can print out your homebrew version, as in they've got cards that you can just print out, the PDF files that you can download and print out. So you can try it before you back it. It's already funded and the campaign finished on the 31st of March. Bottled Imp news, join us. Yes, we have created the Bottled Imp Facebook group, or as we like to call it, the Fellowship of Imps. So you can come along and hang out with us. You can chat about all things fantasy. Obviously, there's going to be people that are like yourselves that watch the Bottled Imp. And we're going to be doing some exclusive stuff there as well, just for you, like giveaways, competitions, that kind of thing. So all you need to do is search for the Bottled Imp in Facebook, find the group, click on the button that says join, and we'll add you. And on this week's Friday Fantasy Show, I'm going to be taking a look at the documentary Lost in La Mancha. Is that how you pronounce it, Julian?
Yes, it is.
Good stuff. And that documents the difficulties that director Telly Gilliam had whilst attempting to make the film The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. There's a little bit more news that has just come out, but I didn't have time to fit it in this week's news. I'll be telling you about it next week. But the Friday Fantasy Show will be looking at that documentary. It's a lot of fun, so check it out Friday. But that's all we have time for, fellow imps. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, Go join our Facebook group. It's a lot of fun. Until next time, remember to keep it unreal, especially if you're part of the fellowship.